another interesting story you sent me. When has the side piece gone too far? And gist of it is, dude is married to his wife. They get separated. They've been separated for 3 years. Within the last year of the 3 years of them being separated, he had a new girl. Everything's everything. He got into a motorcycle accident. So now, because the wife and him are still technically married, she has everything. She's looking into everything. They say no signs of recovery, so she goes to the mom to speak to the mom about it because the mom brought him into this world. She should be the one to take him out.
Yeah.
So they say, you know what? Okay, they're going to pull the plug. Now, the current girlfriend, I don't want to call it a side piece because this is current girl, she feels like she wants to be part of the conversation, but they're not having that. Now the wedding comes. The wife, because she got the insurance policy and she's going through everything, she decides she wants to do it her way and have have the funeral her way. She didn't want to invite the new girlfriend, but the mom said, you know what? She should be able to see him one last time. She was his current girl. Wife said reluctantly, okay. So she came wearing a baby on board tee and wants to sit in the front, making a spectacle because she's his current. Why should she have to sit in the back or hold her tongue, so on and so forth? So now the question remains, when has the side piece gone too far? What are your thoughts on it?
All right, so I probably have an unpopular opinion on this. I don't think that the side piece went too far, other than the baby on board shirt. Other than that, I think it's totally understandable because at the end of the day, she was with him for, I believe it said like the last year and a half of his life. So they had a connection. Regardless of what anyone thinks, they had a connection. She was with him presently. She might have shared thoughts with him. He might have expressed to her how he wants to be buried. All these extra stuff. I don't think it's fair, especially if you are not the current person in his life, for you, whether you're married or not. Don't get me wrong. You know me. I take marriage very seriously, but you cannot deny the life that your ex-partner is living. Now, I think that it's extremely selfish of the wife, the wife, because they were just separated, to try to neglect and push his current relationship out the window. Now, it's one thing if the side piece was a real side piece, because this was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
If it was a side piece like that was, she didn't know about or she kind of knew about, but it's not that. This was his girlfriend that he was making a life with for a year and a half. For them to try to push her out, not give her a say in any of this, including the funeral, I think was wrong. And plus trying to push her to the back of it, acting like they weren't currently together.
Yeah.
Like she's probably not hurting as much as you at this moment. I think it was selfish.
Who's probably not hurting as much as who?
The current girlfriend is not hurting as much as the wife at this moment. They were dating for a year and a half currently, and her partner just died. Like, I understand that's her estranged husband or whatever, but that's this girl's boyfriend for a year and a half that just died on her. So for you to act as though like you guys were just dating, you mean nothing, it's in the back.
Yeah.
I think it's unfair. Don't get me wrong. Again, the side piece girlfriend is wrong for how she presented it, trying to, baby on board just to antagonize and whatnot. But I don't blame her for having that type of hurt and resentment to the way things are going about. You would hope that the wife, again, sounds messed up to say, but you would hope that the wife would be mature enough and understand that, listen, this is the situation he is in. He was with somebody he liked or loved, and clearly we weren't together for a reason.
Yeah.
And so my point is, the wife, in my opinion, in this situation is wrong. And yeah, I think the wife's wrong, which is crazy for me to say in this situation. How do you feel about it?
I mean, because you have the unpopular opinion, I will have to say, I guess it's not that unpopular because I feel the same way.
Okay.
I really do. Now, you guys were separated. You know he's been in a relationship for whatever he's been with. You guys have been separated for 3 years.
Exactly.
Now, even if you may have wanted him to come back, he wasn't coming back.
Exactly.
Because he's been in this relationship. Or, you know what? I don't even want to do the or game where we say, well, maybe this could be the situation. Maybe this could be. Nah,
we'll
we're just going to go by
facts.
what we heard.
Exactly, the facts.
So, you now not allowing her to be part of it, that's not fair to her.
Exactly.
Okay, you, by technicalities, are in charge of everything because y'all are still married.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all were not married anymore, then that would have gone to the mother. The mother would have done what she seen fit with it.
Exactly.
She would have made the current girlfriend a part of it. She would even probably reach out to the wife and said, hey, you know what? She probably wouldn't reach out to the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, depending on the relationship they had. But whatever the case may be, with the current girlfriend, she would have reached out to her and, hey, let's do this. But you now don't want her to be part of anything. You don't want her in the front. Why?
Yeah.
You know they were in a relationship. But anyways, so yeah, I agree with you. I feel like the wife was wrong in that situation. She could have allowed her to do it. And yes, she was definitely trying to prove a point wearing the baby on board shirt and stuff like that, because there was no point for that. If it was a regular funeral and you were a part of it, you would have never wore that shirt.
Exactly.
But you're just wearing it because you want people to ask questions and you want some kind of spotlight to ruffle some feathers because you felt like your feathers were ruffled. Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, you went too far with that, but I mean, I'm not mad at her for wanting to be part of it or wanting to sit in the front because
that's what I'm saying.
It was her man at the end of the day.
And at the end of the day, it's not fair to the person that passed because you're excluding somebody he clearly cared about. Because if they've been in a relationship for 1.5 years, there's no way he doesn't care about her. So now you're trying to push her out of the way just to make yourself feel better when you're not the person he wanted, like at that time. So I think that's messed up. But I think that's when both sides, when a side chick might go too far as the shirt, but definitely when an estranged wife goes far, in my opinion. That's more so the fact.
So I have a question for you. You're presented 2 pills, okay? Now I'm just going to read it. The red pill, you can restart your life at the age of 10 with all the knowledge you have now. Or you can take the blue pill and you jump to 45 years old with $50 million in the bank. Which one do you choose? Or do you even choose any?
I'm definitely taking a pill.
Yeah, I was talking to your wife. She said you need it.
You know, it's called.
She said you need the blue one.
It's called ADHD.
The blue one.
It's called ADHD. But it's not funny. So, you're getting canceled, eh?
Because you take the blue pill, I'm gonna get canceled.
Mm-hmm. It makes forget it. So
you drink too much whiskey. Anyways, go on.
Yeah. Whiskey braid. I would take the red pill. I wouldn't want to lose years of my life. I think if I went back to 10 years old, I with this knowledge, I could get more than $50 million. I'm positive I could get more than $50 million. So I would definitely not want to miss. I have kids and stuff, I'm not trying to miss years of their life. So yeah, no, I'm good.
But hear me out. Okay, that's your final answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take the red pill.
Yeah.
You go back to 10 years old. Nobody else is going back.
See, why are you trick questioning it, yo?
Hey, it's no trick question. This is what it said. It doesn't say the world goes back in time.
I thought everything goes back, man.
It never said that. It never said that.
So then, if that's the case, bruh, freaking guy. So if that's the case, then of course I take the other one, okay? Because
you don't have to take any pills, right?
That's the truth.
I'm just saying.
That's the truth. Golly. See, now it became difficult. For me, it was so easy. That was difficult.
Oh man.
Let me ask you a question. This is a side note. I want to get to your answer, but let me just ask you a question. Is there any amount of money that you would go to jail for 7 years?
Nope.
100 million.
Nope.
100 million for 7 years. You wouldn't go to jail.
No.
Okay. All right. So now.
And the reason why I say no is because, okay, yes, I can come out and my family will be set.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, my family still needs me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave for 7 years of my children's life, my girl's life, of everyone's life, brothers, cousins, just to come back to be like, yeah, hey, everybody's going to be cool. Like, no, I'd rather
what if
be
you
with
were like
y'all.
in the army or something and you were on like a private mission and doing stuff? It was for work. It would be the same outcome, no?
No, it would be different.
Why? You still wouldn't be able to see them. You'd be writing and all this stuff.
I understand. But I would be doing something to say that I believe in to help the world. Now, me personally, I would not join the army.
No, I know, I understand. But the problem wouldn't be you staying away from your
No, I
family
know,
at that
but
time.
it's just
It
me
would
not
be...
being able to see them. Yeah, I understand. I get that.
Okay.
But this is why I wouldn't do something like that. Because I still would like to see my family, see them grow up, see the progress, see everything. I don't want to miss that stuff.
Okay.
So, with now my answer with
Let's
this,
go back to your answer, yes.
I wouldn't take the red pill because I'm not trying to miss out on them. Because I go back to 10 years old and I'm the same age as my son.
Exactly.
Fully be? Yeah, right. Yo,
you have the knowledge, bro. Class. You have the knowledge, yo. So, you got it.
But he's going to be older than me. They are. He's like, yo, the stupid loser kids in my class. He just keeps talking about how he wants my mom. And yo, it's disgusting, man.
It's disgusting.
Beat him up every day. Like, okay. And then, say, jumping forward to the blue pill.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not that far off from 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it would be easier for me to jump forward to take that blue pill.
But you'd still miss out on
for
your
50
kid's
million.
life.
And that's exactly why I say it would be easier. But for real, I don't know if I take any. Because at the end of the day,
what is the answer? Would you take or not? That's the question.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
No?
I know I definitely wouldn't go back to 10. I wouldn't.
No, of course not, because you added that.
I didn't add anything. It's just I'm reading what it said.
You're right.
But this one, yeah, I can lose a couple of years and we'll be good. But at the end of the day, I can't take it with me when I go anyways.
Yeah, a lot could happen in that couple of years too.
Exactly. And we're happy now. I mean, yes, we all have bills and stuff to pay, but we ain't dying, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't think I'll take any.
Okay. All right. I feel you on that.
I want to know what y'all think. Would y'all take the red pill or the blue pill, or would you not take any? Let us know. So the post about the lady who wants to give her 11-year-old son a vasectomy when he turns 14 years old.
Hmm.
This is why some people should not have children. Pardon me. Now, you're worried because you don't want to be a grandmother and you... Okay. First of all, that's no longer your body. You cannot control if he gets a vasectomy or not. It's his decision if he wants to get a vasectomy or not. Suppose when he becomes of age, he doesn't even want children. Mm-hmm. Suppose, and this is just me speaking out loud, suppose he's not even into women. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to worry about that stuff. Why are you putting this on yourself to say, I want to give him a vasectomy because I don't want to be a grandmother? No, that's not your right anymore.
Yeah.
It's his body. When he becomes of age, let him make the decisions he wants. Now, I mean, obviously, you feel like you're entitled, you're privileged, You have say in what goes on in his body. So maybe you'll speak to him, and maybe by the time he becomes of age, he may be brainwashed by everything you said and may go through with it. But at the end of the day, let him make the decision. You don't take him anywhere. And that's just my opinion. Yourself, how do you feel about it?
I don't even want to spend too much time on this one. I'm being real about it.
Yeah.
Just because some people are just sick, man. Like, for you to even be thinking about doing that to your child, someone needs to get some government workers in the building to see what's going on in that household. Like, at 14 years old, you want to make sure he cannot have kids. Like, what's going on in your mind? Are you mentally fit to have children? Is really my question. For you to be thinking, don't get me wrong, no parent wants their kid to have children early in life.
Before they're ready.
Exactly. So at that point, I understand. But if your way of trying to stop it is by making them go through a surgery, how about you just try to be how about you try to communicate with your child better? Try different ways of making your child understand what can happen if you do choose to make certain decisions. Those are the steps that I think you should take. It bothered me, but I'm like, there's no reason for us to be talking about mentally unhealthy people. Get what I mean? Like, she's clearly not well, and us talking about her is not going to change it. The only thing that's going to help is medicine and speaking to professionals, because
you know what?
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe us talking about it can help.
Okay,
because maybe she's asking for advice. She's asking for a friend. I don't know, but maybe if she hears the logic people are speaking about it, saying, hey, no, you cannot do that. If you are trying to prevent them from doing it, speak to them, have conversations about what can happen, what cannot happen. Buy them condoms. Because, I mean, I know it helps for little girls when they start their period, they have bad cramps. Okay, put them on birth control. It helps. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'm condoning putting children on birth control or anything. I'm just saying that's a possibility.
You help.
But that's it. Buy your son condoms. Let him know the risks of using condoms, the risks of not using condoms, what can happen, what the outcome can be. Hey, I'm not going to support you and the child. Maybe I'll take care of the grandchild, but I will not support you anymore because you're a grown man and you want to do this stuff. Take care of yourself.
Exactly.
And those things resonate, sticks in your head. You know what? You're right. Let me not make rash decisions and do stupidness. And even if you explain to them, hey, condoms aren't even 100%. If it breaks, you know what? At the end of the day, take them to the store, get plan B. There are options. You don't have to do that. Like, there was a time when mommy gave us condoms because she was like, okay, you know what? You guys are young men growing up, condoms. Obviously, you don't want your mom doing what you do, sir. Oh, I don't need these. I don't want these. Oh, I'm never going to need these. Like, what are you talking about? When Dirk told her that she was going to have a grandchild, she was happy. When T told her that, hey, there's a possibility something happened, she was happy. She was worried about the situation, but she was still happy. At that time, she knew that they were doing what they were doing. So obviously, she knows that we're all doing what we're doing. She gave me a condom. It was a random condom because I was helping her move a dresser. And she saw it, so she's like, here. And I was like, I freaked out. I was like, oh, why do I need this? I don't need this. I don't use this. The most nervous I felt in my life. It was the stupidest thing in the world because obviously you have to know what, like, you're not stupid. No one's stupid.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just, talk to you kids, man. Speaking of your children, taking care of them, strange children, whatever. Did you hear about Dr. Dre's estranged daughter? Who's 38. has 4 children, and she's saying that he's not sending her money anymore. So basically, she's living out of her car, and the kids
Yeah.
are living with friends because she can't. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Sorry. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay. Again, unpopular opinion. All right. I don't think that, of course, by law, it's his obligation to be taking care of her. She's a grown woman. She has kids and all this. So we all understand that. But I think that as parents, it's how we grow our children. It does have to come back on us. So if all she's gotten from him is money throughout her life, consistently, whether she hasn't shown any love, whether because it's his estranged daughter, right? So I don't know how close they are, but he's always been giving her financial support. So that's what she's grown to expect from him consistently. I think that, yes, it's on her to be a grown person and a well-rounded person, but as parents, we also have to put that into our children. So that is partially his fault as well as her mother, but that is still partially his fault. If in her mind, him being a father is him giving her money and that's their relationship, I don't blame her for now that he stopped, be like, you're not my father anymore, because that's all that he's been to her. I'm just giving an example. So at the end of the day, yes, we can put it on her. She's her own woman, but it's also, as parents, we instill certain things into our children. And if he's instilled him being a bank to her, he's going to always be a bank to her. Don't be surprised when now she doesn't know what to do when you cut her off. I'm just saying. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I guess, yeah, you can put some of the onus on him, but you're a grown woman now. You can't use that as an excuse. You have 4 children. Where are the fathers of these children? You know what? Where's the father of these children? Because I'm not going to assume different fathers. I'm just going to say, you know what? Where is he? How come he's not helping?
Thanks.
Like, you can't put blame on your father because now he's not financially taking care of you. You're grown. Not to say you're just recently grown. You're grown with 4 children. So no, I don't. I get what you're saying. I really do understand. I really do. But you got to take some kind of onus. You can't put blame
100%.
on him saying, "Well,
No.
he hasn't sent me any money anymore." And
no, majority of the blame for her.
We're gonna play this card, okay?
Yeah.
Your mother, his ex-girlfriend, whoever she was, she takes him to court. So now, from you're born till you're 18, he's paying child support to take care of you. Okay? You're paying your mother child support to take care of you. Now, say you continue school. So now, as long as you're still in school, college, university, they still have to give child support in the U.S. So we're just going to say, for argument's sake, you continued, and they continued to get money.
Yeah.
You finally stopped school. Say you stopped school at 24 years old. That's when money should have stopped. You would have had to found your way then. You were lucky enough to continue to get money well into your 30s. So now you're going to look back at him and say, hey, no, it's not his responsibility to take care of you anymore. Yes, it's your father, and it would be nice if he took care of you, but he doesn't have to. So, I don't know.
I agree. Mean, go ahead.
I can't give her any sympathy for it. I really can't.
I can. My thing is, I personally would like to understand or know their relationship. That's what would help me to decide how. I think she's wrong. Like, of course, it all comes down to her and her life decisions and her. She's a grown woman. So, yes, she's wrong. Like, in this situation, she needs to take control of her life. Fully agree. But all I'm trying to say is, me being a father, you being a father, at the end of the day, your kids are the most important thing in your life. So I just would like to know what place was her, or what place did he have in her life? Was he literally just, you know what I mean, giving money, not involved, not because again, a lot of things are how you mold your kids. You mold them in. So if you're legit just dad, Dr. Dre, that's my dad. That's my dad.
Yeah.
How is he your dad? Do you ever see him? Does he call you for your birthday? No, no, no. But he sends me money. That's what he does. That's what my dad does. That's what my dad does. This is what he's conditioned her to do. If that's the case, again, I'm giving hypotheticals, but if that's the case, at the end of the day, it's still on her. But as a parent, he had done a horrible job. If that's the case, like he can't be left off the hook for that. Because if you raise your kids not to be able to stand on their own and just look at you as a bank until you're just like, nope, bank is closed, you gotta take some blame for that too. I'm just saying.
I get it. Like I said, I get what you're saying, but you're grown with kids. You can't expect him to. I understand he's been there forever, so in your mind, he's going to be there forever. But at the end of the day, you got to realize he won't be there forever. So you've got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet, whether you like it or not.
And that's the point, that she might have only gotten that wake up now. That's the problem. You know? Because if he hasn't been around and he hasn't had this conversation, I don't know, but if all he's been doing is boom, 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 and then he's just like, why am I giving you money? You're a grown woman. I don't even know you like that. then it's like, it
wait,
sucks.
Hold on. You ain't 18 anymore. You haven't been 18 for 20 years. He's like, nah, dog.
Right? Like, if it's something like that, then it's do you blame her? Like, that's what our relationship is, and you chose to cut me off cold turkey. You get someone addicted or used to something. It's horrible, but it's the truth.
Cousins and more cousins. You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's Tales from the Internet. The Internet. So this one's kind of light, but it says, quick fact. Scientists believe the reason you wake up before you die in your dream is because your brain doesn't know what comes after death. What do you feel about that?
I think it makes sense.
It makes sense, but I feel like now you wake up right before you die, because who wants to die and dreaming in real life? Like, nah, like, yo, like, and that's what I feel like it is, because I believe back in the day, Oprah Winfrey show. Someone was on Oprah's show and they were saying how they dreamt that they hit the floor, like they splat. I don't remember the outcome. So, I mean, obviously it's not all the way true, because he's hit the floor. He's been on TV talking about it. I mean, I can do some research and check it out after, but he wasn't afraid because he didn't know what was happening after. So I feel like it's just, no one wants to die, period. So in real life, in your dream, if you see somebody pull it, like, and you startle yourself awake, it's like hearing a noise in your dream. And then you wake up and realize it's, say, the alarm clock going off. I know it's going to sound weird, crazy. Just hear me out. It's usually when you're getting ready to wake up is when I need to check out like how the sleep works, the REM and all that stuff, because it's usually when you're getting ready to wake up is when things will happen. You'll hear things. And example, I had a dream one time. This is recent enough that me and T got into a fight. And so I have him in a headlock.
Okay. Sounds like some fights that I've seen back in the day.
I have him in a headlock, and he's telling me to stop, and I'm squeezing him. And then finally I woke up, and I, myself, was pressed up against the wall, and I was like, what? So I feel like weird things like that happen when you're about to wake up, or you snorted.
Because I'm thinking you had the wife in a headlock.
No.
You walk out.
That would be hilarious, though. Wake up! Wake up!
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no. But it's just random things happen when you're about to wake up. So I feel like it's just one of those situations where it's time for you to wake up. Your body knows it's supposed to wake up, and so it just does something to startle you awake. And that's what I feel really happens. I don't feel like it's just people don't know what's gonna happen. But
I get you, man. Nah, I really don't know.
Oh, wow, snoring.
Yeah. Remember, you can follow us on all platforms. That's CuzTheInternet on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, as well as CuzTheInternet at gmail.com. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm your host, Zay. And remember, if it's on the internet, we may talk about it. Ayo. I tried to stop and pause for as long as I could so I can help.